Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Joshua Daniel here with another update video with the Mavic 2. So I have received confirmation now that I should be getting my Mavic on Thursday, which would make 1 week from the day that I ordered it, and which was the release date. So it looks like we're not having the delivery problems that plagued the Mavic 1 release. I did also order the Fly More kit because I was quite happy with that with the Mavic 1, although it's a little bit more expensive. Anyway, going down through these accessories I was looking at buying, two caught my eye. And where were they? Here they are. The ND filters. So this video is more for the Mavic 2 Pro 1-inch sensor version, not so much for the zoom. I'll get to the zoom in a moment, but let me just explain my reasoning here. If you have ordered the Mavic 2 Pro 1-inch sensor, please do not buy these ND filters just yet. You may need to buy them in the future, but we don't need to buy them straight away. I'm going to explain why. So if you have the Mavic 2 1-inch sensor, you have a variable aperture, which means you can switch from f2.8 to f11. What this means is you're blocking light. It also changes the depth of field, so that's an interesting feature as well, but we'll get into that another day. Basically, what this means is you can block more light, you can lower your shutter speed, which is why you'd buy an ND filter in the first place, and get the motion blur effect and make video look more realistic, and it doesn't not as jarring as a really high frame rate one would, or a high shutter speed would cause. I have made a video of that in the past, so you can check that out if you like, where I explain about how ND filters actually work. A lot of people just buy them and don't know what to do with them. That's like, we can see they're out of stock already, so even if you wanted to buy them, you couldn't. So yeah, basically, they're pretty pricey actually, 140 Australian dollars. I think that's about 80 American dollars. So I don't think you're going to get much use out of them. I think that most people's shots are going to be fine with just the variable aperture. However, the next point I will say is that the build quality of DJI ND filters in the past for me has been quite bad, and I made a video about this as well. My ND filters were falling apart, I had to keep pushing them back in, and there was just a big hassle. The next part I will say is that as far as I can tell, these ND filters do not have a polarizing on them. So if the most popular ND filter for the Mavic 1 was the Vivid Series Cinema, Vivid Cinema I think they were called, Polar Pro filters, and they had a polarizer on top, which would block more light from one angle. What this does is makes the sky a little bit darker, because the sky is so much brighter than the ground. It just balances the image and makes everything look so smooth and buttery and all nice. It also cuts down on glare and reflection, so you get some greener greens, and water usually looks a little better as well. It's just a nice effect overall. And because the Mavic 2, this actually, I know this, like it turns off, I saw in the video. I think that within a week, maybe 2 weeks, we're going to be seeing all the third-party companies release ND filters, probably for much cheaper and probably better quality, probably with polarizers. So you're just going to get better quality overall if you wait. So that would be my advice. Again, do not buy these ND filters, at least until they're back in stock and people have reviewed them a bit to see that they're not crap. However, that is for the Mavic 2 1-inch sensor. If you have the Mavic Zoom, this isn't really this case, because the Mavic Zoom does not have a variable aperture. Well, that's not entirely true. It switches from 0.28 to 0.34 or something when it zooms in and out, but that's hardly anything. So you're going to notice in the Mavic Zoom that you're not going to be able to change your shutter speed, so your video is going to become too sharp, essentially. It looks kind of strange. You don't have any blur. It's just not that smooth video quality that you're used to seeing in the cinema. So in the Mavic Zoom 2, I think these are going to be worthwhile. They're also cheaper at only $100. That's Australian, so I guess this is probably like 60 or 50 American. So there's going to be much better overall, but of course they are also out of stock. And again, these look like they almost would fit the, I don't know, maybe the old Mavic filters will fit on the new one. It looks like they're more or less the same. Actually, looking at this now, it looks like it's screw. I think these will probably screw on and off, so probably not. However, again, I think that within a week, the third-party company is going to come out with ND filters. Probably going to have better quality, probably going to have polarizers. Much better value for your money. Alright, so that is a quick summary of the video. Bought the 1-inch, don't buy the filters. Bought the Zoom, yeah, you could try it if you want, but I'd wait for the third party. I do have a video you can check out about how ND filters work. Many people buy them without realizing what they do. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, maybe subscribe, and this week, because we should have our Mavic in 2 days time, 3 days time, I don't know. I'm going to be going through to make sure there's no bugs, no weird things like that orange camera image we had on the Mavic 1. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, my name's been Joshua Daniel, and until next time, see ya.